Slavery is better than usury, says Ash willfully. Yeah, I know. You people are a slave to debt, but then they're more comfortable in usury because they are what do you call it? People are more comfortable in usury because with usury is, from what I understand, lending with a high interest rate, kind of fleecing people. That's what usury is. Let me look it up. I think the word usury is a dog whistle. It's an anti-Semitic dog whistle. The illegal action or practice of lending money at unreasonably high rates of interest. Unreasonable, that's the word I was looking for. Interest at unreasonably high rates. Usury. That's usury. Well, now we have interest rates, interest on the loan, right? And people are on credit card debt and home debt and all that stuff. And people call that usury. And then you're a debt slave or a wage slave and all that mess. I mentioned that the Bible says somewhere that let me not be so poor that I'm tempted to steal, nor so rich that I'm tempted to forget God. Forget God. And right now I feel like we're in the rich, spoiled times. Not that I want to give up the spoiling. It's pretty nice and comfy. But I guess it's easy to forget God in these times, huh? And that's what people have done. Terrible. I'm shaking my head. So, this usury stuff, if you want to call it usury, what we have right now, is making the times really good. Women working, 2-income homes, minimum wage, spoiling type of stuff. Not good. Internet everywhere, internet access, a technology gap they're talking about with, I was reading this tweet, and then I will get to calls. Just a side note real quick. I was reading this tweet from the new black female mayor, Karen Bass of Los Angeles. How embarrassing. I heard from JLP before Christmas that cackling Kamala Harris came into town, and I didn't know it somehow, to like swear in Karen Bass. I didn't see a lot of traffic jams. Huh, interesting. Normally the Secret Service would be jamming the traffic to protect cackling Kamala Harris, the vice president. But she swore in the first black female mayor of Los Angeles, something like that. Terrible. And then she tweeted, this Karen Bass woman tweeted something like, this homeless crisis is an emergency. It's a state of emergency, something to that effect, a crisis. And we need to do our best. We're going to do our best to bring these people inside. Bring them inside. Oh, and she used the word unhoused. The unhoused. Our unhoused neighbors. Unhoused. Let me get my spittoon. Because this is too... I'm not actually going to spit. This is JLP's studio. This is too spit-worthy. Disgusting. Ugh. JLP debated her a few years ago at Politicon, in I think LA Convention Center or somewhere. This Karen Bass woman, she was a representative at that point, phony politician, supposedly representing this part of LA that I'm in right now, from which I broadcast. So she was my representative, so-called. At one point, I had that guy, pencil neck guy, that's Adam Schiff, called something else by JLP and Donald Trump. But anyway, this woman's all, we need to bring in our unhoused neighbors, bring them inside. That's the solution. No. You jail the criminals, deport the homeless, or something, and you don't make it comfortable for them to be outside. Right now, the weather's so nice and they're so accommodating, and people have this homeless rights, the homeless rights groups. Oh, don't take their property, even though it's littering our sidewalks and elsewhere and alleys and stuff. It's disgusting. Some of them clean up after themselves. I have to grant that. All right? There's like a couple of the old timers who clean up after themselves. I like those guys okay. And they stay out of the way. But no, they're polluting our cities. And the people who are defending them are worse. So it's terrible. What a mess. Yeah, spoiling women. Female mindset. Effeminate. How embarrassing. I didn't vote for her. I can tell you that much. Bring them inside. But this guy's all, a lot of them are black and Hispanic. I think a lot of them are white and on drugs. And there's a technology gap and something like that. Meaning they don't all have iPhones. They probably do all have iPhones. It's ridiculous. Technology gap. Inequality. And that was a male who tweeted that in response to Karen Bass. It's ridiculous. You don't jail the homeless, Hake. Even Jesus was homeless. I know, but he wasn't a bum. These people are bums. And yes, you can jail them because we have to make it a crime to be homeless. In certain areas, especially polluting the sidewalks. Go somewhere else. You can find a place. Relocate them to the Mojave Desert. How about Death Valley? Not death camps, though. Death Valley, it's a name. It's a proper name. And it's too cold for them to die in the heat, so they won't die. Calm down.